Yo, yo, what's good? It's Cody Knox with Out the Box Podcast, man. Today it's going to be a solo one. Um, Today is Easter, so I guess the guys couldn't make it today, but I just wanted to jump on and keep this thing going and kind of talk about what's happening in the world right now. So I guess one of the biggest things that happened this week in the hip-hop world is for sure, like, Lil Wayne's interview with, Rolling Stone. And it's a ton of different ways you can look at this thing. Wayne does this often. There was a time where he didn't know who TDE was. He didn't know who a lot of rappers, that most people would know, like most like hip hop fans would know, or anybody that's like really into pop culture. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of time Wayne acts like he doesn't know who these people are. Now, in my honest opinion, I think he's trolling, like, for sure, like, this entire time. I don't think he's overly tapped into what's going on with social media, but some of the things that he is unaware of, I'm almost 1,000% sure he's got to be aware of it. You know what I'm saying? He's in this industry. He this how he makes his living. There's no way you don't know that Watch the Throne came out in 2010, but it's just all marketing and media. Like, I think he's definitely trolling. Kind of like, think about what Kanye's doing. Like, they're figuring out different ways to manipulate the algorithm. And I know we give our legends, like, the utmost, amount of grace. But, yeah, man, that's all that I can think of, not knowing Watch the Throne exists and you're Lil Wayne is crazy, But, yeah, man, Wayne's interesting. He's always alienated himself from a lot of what was going on, social media wise. But it's just interesting to see what happens. I in my honest opinion, this is marketing for the Carter Six, and to, get people mad. That's kind of the best way in this new time of age to get anything done, is like start with anger first. Get people angry, get people, writing these thought pieces about maybe just a troll. But that's all that I see really with Wayne, trying to push that new project coming, which is coming in June. So, yeah, I mean, and that's that. I would say a next big thing is Kendrick and SZA's tour. They had their first night and it's sold out. It's been a lot of, this Drake and Kendrick beef has been really annoying. Like with this, it's even like, oh man, Kendrick, there's no way he sold those many seats. He's not good. He's not a good rapper. All these other, It's always something, a new narrative that gets spent to make this back between, Drake and Kendrick. But this tour he has with SZA, it has supposedly a track list released on it, and I think it was 50 songs. Closing out with Not Like Us, Gloria, and Luther. Luther and Gloria as the last two. I think this stadium tour has potential to be huge. Kendrick, he's getting there. In my opinion, he's one of the 5 to 10 hip-hop artists that could be in a stadium. Now filling it up is a whole different thing, but he's definitely one of the best performers hip-hop has to offer. And him adding SZA to the equation only makes it more sellable, because she just fills a void that he's not necessarily doing, with the R&B and pop, that she has. So I'm interested to see how this continuously goes. So far, I think the first night sold out, and it's just so much speculation. I think Aiden Ross came out and said that UMG hired 30,000, actors to fill the seats. And I'm just like, this fandom is just getting out of hand. It's like people, when you become a fan of something, they can't ever separate themselves from information or have an opinion that goes against this thing that they're a fan of, like, or just even look at it with eyes that are not so overly biased. And that's just what I see with this whole situation. And obviously, you know what I'm saying, this isn't huge news to me, but the next topic that I want to get to is these Mount Rushmores. So it started with the best white rapper. Now we got best Jordans. Now we got Mount Rushmore Cartoon Network show. I'm not sure what got all these Rushmores going, but I like them. You know, my favorite is the Jordan Mount Rushmore. To me, it's pretty easy. You got to have the ones, you got to have the threes, the fours, and I'm going 11s. So ones, threes, fours, and 11s. And I think you get the ultimate Jordan, Mount Rushmore. A lot of people might have, you know what I'm saying, the Jordan 5s. That's one that could be in there. You got the Jordan 8s, that, you know what I'm saying, the 7s. There's a lot of ones that are close to being there, but I feel like the ones that I named is like the most commonly liked, like the best colorways that come in these, you know what I'm saying, the 8s. You got the 10s that I haven't been talking about. But yeah, I mean, I just like what Coach is doing when we make these type of lists. It gives us more content to create, you know. These Mount Rushmores, you know what I'm saying, whatever it might be. But yeah, I kind of want to leave that topic. I mean, I could talk about the white rappers. I feel like I don't want to overstep, but I'm going to go Eminem. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go Eminem. He's for sure there. Just thinking about everything, man, like, it's so hard to narrow it down because I feel like I'm missing somebody out. I'm going to go Paul Wall. Paul Wall meant a lot to me when he was coming up that early stuff that I was making. I was a fan of Paul Wall. It wasn't even like he was a white rapper. He was just a dope rapper. You know, you got Paul Wall, Yellow Wolf. He's dope. Yeah, man. Beastie Boys. Like I said, I haven't really locked into Mac Miller. A lot of people have him on the list. I can't put him on mine because I just haven't really listened like that. But he's definitely one of the most, I see a lot of people put him in their list. You know what I'm saying? You got Russ. I'm just trying to think, man. I feel like I'm unprepared, but there's a ton of dope rappers. I'm gonna go LP. LP's definitely in there. What are we doing? LP's better than, he's up there with Eminem, but I'm going LP, Eminem, Paul Wall. I'm just trying to think of a rapper that's just like fresh, dope. You know what I'm saying? Not corny, and just like, just dope. You know what I mean? I just can't come up with that last one. I don't want to just throw anybody in there, but yeah. That this whole conversation is just funny to have. But yeah, man. Please, in the comments, I know y'all are watching, listening, just tell me who you guys got in your Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying, for the white rappers. Or even if you go to Jordan, the whole Jordan conversation. We can really be on this topic for a long time. I wanted to get off, but I'm like, we got that done. Now let's talk about the Cartoon Network list. For me, man, Dexter's Laboratory is something that niggas is not putting in on the list. That shit, I always thought that it was so cool. It's not like I was overly tapped in on what was going on. I just thought it was dope that he had like this, you know what I'm saying, this hidden laboratory. He had all this weird tech stuff. That's in there for me. I'm going Courage the Cowardly Dog. Has to be in there for me. Courage the Cowardly Dog is too good to not be in there. So got those two. I'm going to go Johnny Bravo, number 3, and Powder Puff Girls, number 4. I think those. I like Kids Next Door, but I just feel like I have more memories with those other ones than that. Like if we're counting Adult Swim, you have to put the Boondocks in it. I'm putting the Boondocks in it if we're counting Adult Swim, Cartoon Network. The Boondocks, sheesh. I want to say Robot Chicken was good, but I don't think that's top. Futurama could potentially be in there. If you consider that Cartoon Network, it could be considered Fox, Cartoon Network. A lot of different things, but yeah, man, I just want to know what y'all think. Please leave comments, man. It's just me today. I'm just trying to get through this and get better at this so I can do it myself, man. Like, I don't want to depend on anybody to make sure this thing keeps going other than myself. But I love my team. Hopefully we can get all locked back in and connected in and we can make it work. But yeah, man, as we're talking, as this podcast is being, recorded, the Warriors are playing the Rockets. I just finished the Cavs and the Cavaliers versus the Heat game. Cavaliers came out, won big. So I'm interested to see what happens with this Warriors game because, like, my 3 best teams out of the West, I'm going to say 4 because I'm going to just make it 4. I got the teams I like the most right now is Denver and the Clippers, and they're playing each other. And then we got the Warriors and Lakers. I'm still, the jury's still out there for me on the OKC Thunder, to see how they respond to any type of hardships when the playoffs comes. I haven't really seen them make it super duper far, so they still have to earn that spot in the top 4 for me. So we got those. And now I'm going to go East. The East, to me, is a lot easier to kind of predict. I'm going to go the Celtics being the best team. You got the Cavs, a close second. Yeah, man, like, it's a huge drop-off between the next teams. Yeah, I don't want to overstretch, so I'm going to end it right there with 2. I only have 2 teams that I got coming out of the East, man. Like, anything else is just pure luck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think the Knicks can do it. They slick can do it, but the Celtics are just too good to me. They're just too well-rounded. Like, when you have Derek White just makes them a lot better than these other teams. You have a guy that's potentially the 4th or 5th guy as far as who deserves touches, getting 7 threes in a game. And I think that separates them from a lot of teams that don't have that depth. So Celtics slick have a chance to three-peat, not just win this year, they can win next year. They have a good core put in place. Pritchard is still on the bench. You still got Drew Holiday. They're overall well-rounded. And that's kind of what gets you far in this playoff situation. And I want to jump into stocks too a little bit. I want to put y'all on stocks. I want to kind of put that in the rotation of the topics we're talking about: music, culture, education, finance. I feel like stocks, obviously we're in a down cycle of some sorts, and we don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know anything. We don't know what the bottom's going to be. But I do feel like something's happening, something's accumulating in this area where we are now. And I'll just pull up a chart right now to kind of reference it. But I trade QQQ every single day, or most days. Try to not do it on Monday or Fridays. But QQQ, it's interesting. It made its way all the way to this 399 and immediately violently bounced back up almost to 450s, and now it's kind of wavering around. This week will be huge to see if it continues to make its way up or if it continues to trend back down to follow this trend on a 4-hour chart. I would love to see a little bit of bullishness, but based upon where the market's at, the news that we got coming out, the tariffs and all that, I don't see it. I don't really see it, you know. I think sometimes it's good to have a down market. If you're new to this investing, this is the perfect time. You should be dollar cost averaging, and buying equity and however you can. Like if you're using Robinhood, you can do whatever you can pay. Like if you have $5, you can put $5 directly into a stock. You don't have to buy the whole commodity. You can get like small percentage of whatever stock you have. And my goal is to buy, you know what I'm saying, $10 to $20 worth per day. If I can do that, I think by the time this tide turns around, that it'll be money worth, you know what I'm saying, worth being spent. But yeah, man, what do y'all think? Like, I'm opening the door to conversation. If anybody's into stocks, kind of somebody else's different opinion on it would be dope in the comments, because obviously I'm trading options and equity, so either way it goes, I will be fine. If it goes down, I can buy it at a cheaper price. If it goes up, I can be a part of that as well. So just take into account if that's where you guys want to go, that it's going to be based upon consistency. Like you have to consistently put something in to get something out. I feel like we consistently pay our light bill, we consistently pay our water bill. We got to consistently invest into ourselves. But yeah, I want to end it on that note, and just tell you guys I love you. Happy Easter. Keep going. We're early in the year. Still a lot we can accomplish. We can create more stuff, and let's just get the best out of ourselves as we can. And maybe one day we can look back on it and be like super duper proud that whatever the outcome of whatever we're doing, that we put that time in to do it. Like getting so close to where I feel like I'm going, it feels like sometimes it gets more difficult. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but thank you guys for watching, man. I'll see you guys on the next episode. It's Cody and I'm out.